Good evening, beloved children. This is your group Souls Arena, and we are so delighted to see the gathering of these beautiful stars before us. Your starlight shines. It shines so brightly that even during these times that we hear you refer to as dark, your light, my dears, shines so brightly. Never doubt that you are the most wonderful spiritual forecast that we could have ever hoped for. Your shining essence truly matters. We have assembled a group of speakers, and they are beginning to walk in. They are coming forward on their boats, and they're walking forward barefoot and on their sandals, and from different times in our collective consciousness, different regions of time, different areas of your soul topography, and they come forward from other places in this galaxy as well. We're going to start with the beautiful sisters who come from the area that you refer to as the Pleiades, and these beautiful soul light energies are beginning to bring their ring of ascension down in and around. We are going to step aside so that they may speak through our channel. And we are delighted to be here, and we have been rooted here for quite some time. Even though in your group consciousness you used the word the ring of ascension, we would have you think of that ring of ascension like the rings of a tree. And we are especially attracted to your species, especially attracted to your species at this time, at what we would call the dawn of humankind, your morning, the beginning. And so know that while our roots are intertwined with yours, indeed, we have been growing alongside you. This is a mutual forest. Think of your earth forests, and you have a birch tree joyfully growing alongside a hemlock or a maple. Well, we have been growing alongside you. Our roots are intertwined, even though our physical likeness is not quite the same. We are interested in this ring of ascension of where you are now in your climate of truth. We understand from anchoring in with your feet, in with your roots, that many of you are experiencing trauma due to what we would call the weather conditions on your planet, the energetic conditions that can often feel as though you are standing in the midst of a storm. When we heard the song Like a Bridge Over Troubled Water, we knew that we had to come and join with you tonight and to let you know that your remarkable ring of ascension is on time, and it is true. And we are growing alongside you. You are now stepping into the next ring of growth. We are parallel energies And you are becoming, in many ways, more like us in your ability to be both here, there, and everywhere, and all at once, in your ability to be continuous and discrete, in your ability to be in what you call human and divine, in your ability to be both one and your very particular selves at the same time. We're proud to be your sisters. We're proud to be your brothers. We're proud to share in this growing economy of self that you are now beginning to ascend into. In our particular pathway, it took us many eons before we began to understand how important it is to honor the very discrete, definitive light particles that we are, as well as to honor the wave, the continuity, the oneness that we are. In some ways, we got it backwards. We started with the oneness and we forgot that in order to be complete and whole, we needed to address that discrete, individual particle that we are. And so we set about to learn from you, actually. We set about to learn from you because you have mirrored our process. Yours is slightly backwards to ours. You have started with the particular, and now you're moving into the oneness. And we started with the oneness and found our way to move into the particular, the individual. We find that you are incredibly brave citizens of the light to set off on your journey, willing, lovingly embracing your individuality, and from that loving embrace, learning to love the very whole of your being. Can you see now? Does this make sense to you? Our darling siblings, can you see how we have been growing together, how our roots are combined in this forest of life that is the universe, and how spiritually we are advantageous to each other? We are able to mirror one another, and how we are truly growing partners with each other. Can you see that? Nod your head, or just move your heartbeat in rhythm with ours. Thank you for that acknowledgement. And so it is becoming important to us in our dimension that we learn to individuals. We feel well practiced in learning how to shine as a whole, as a one, and now learning to shine as individuals is where we are beginning our spiritual practice. You, on the other hand, have been starting with the sense of the I, the small I, learning to grow as small individual I ams, and then growing into your larger I am, the whole. And we are meeting right here, right in the middle. It is an economy of shared growth. So truly, if you think of us as two trees with their roots intermingling, who are finding that they grow best together, that they can digest the fruits of the universe best growing together. We bring this in to help you understand the sense of watchfulness that many of you feel when you have the sense that you are being watched by friends, by relations, by, shall we say, oh, cousins, family members that are living in other parts of the galaxy. Many of you often feel as though you are being watched. And indeed you are, but it is more than being watched. You are being grown with. We are growing together, and we are truly doing this next phase together. Since we started as wavelength, as the continuum, and then moved to engage the individual particle, and since you started in your human consciousness as the individual, and now are learning to shift over into the whole, we are here to help you engage with the whole in a unique way, a way that we feel after all this time of being with you that will work well with your human consciousness. So allow us to set that up for you, if you don't mind. What we have noticed, our dear partners in growth, is that you have come to the point in the celebration of your consciousness where it is important to leave all tribalism behind, all culturalism, all connection to any religious or tribal or cultural or manifested label that would keep you from being the particular bright, shining stars that you are. And there are so many of these labels. And for us, it's hard to keep them all straight. But what we recognize, the ones that are obvious, of course, would be Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, gay, straight, black, white, living, dying, plant, animal. There are many, many ways of describing the tribe that you believe that you belong to, and that it has been useful to you as human beings to say, yes, this is my tribe. This is the tribe that I associate with. Sometimes the tribe is a cultural tribe, and sometimes it is a religious tribe, and sometimes it is a tribe of East or West. But what we want to assure you is that this tribalism is manufactured, and it is a part of your mask. As was referred to today in another channeling session, you can let the mask go. You can let go any idea or remnant of idea that you belong to a particular tribe. Dear ones, you belong to the divinity that you are. Your radiant divinity is free from any tribe or cultural identification. You are yourselves, and the selves that you are beautiful beyond logic, beyond our ability to describe. Now is the time to let go the mask of culture, the mask of race, the mask of religion, the mask of tribe, and to step forward out of these old identities that have bound you and kept you from completely revealing the truth of what you are so that you may speak forward a new canon, a new gospel that is free and entirely of your divine making. Now, as you do this and as you let go of tribalism, and as you truly drop the mask of culture or ancestry or any belief that would tie a label on you of any kind, what we notice is that you will finally be free to step forward as the individuals you are, as these beautiful particles of light that you are, and soar into the beyond, the divinity of your being that truly is one with one and all. But I think you can understand, can you not, that this next step for you of truly opening your hearts and embracing the knowing that you truly are one with one and all, that this cannot be done until you release tribal identity. Can you see that? Does that make sense to you, darlings? I'm listening in. We are listening in. We who have been growing with you from the Pleiades. Thank you. I can feel that you understand that. Thank you. And some of you are bringing up a picture of needlepoint, and the idea of finding your way, sort of finding like a needle in a haystack, finding your true identity. Once you drop your cultural identity and your tribal identity, once you let that mask or these masks go, and once you free yourself so that you can just be yourselves, there is a sense of gaining identity. Oh, that's me. That's where I am. I have found myself. I have found myself. And this beautiful image of a needle coming up through a haystack, and you're being able to embroider yourself, move yourself with beautiful logic and precision into the fabric of the divine in a way that is truly useful. This is what comes for you now. We won't say next. We will say, this is what comes for you now. So to wrap up this particular part of your evening, we hope you know and feel what an honor it is to grow alongside you, and that our roots are bound together, and that we have been mirroring each other, and that while we have had different ways, we are coming to the same place of absolute unification of the individual particle with the continuous wave. We're just coming at it in different ways, that's all. And so we joyfully celebrate the knowing, dear ones, that while we may speak in different tongues, while we may appear differently in the plane of material expression, we are in our roots very much the same. We love you. We bless you, and we will continue to abide with you. And we are very proud to be your spiritual siblings. Bless you. And this is your group Souls Arena. We are so grateful to the energies of the Pleiades to come in and sing to us in this way. We have rising up here now in consciousness, coming forward in tandem with each other. We feel Emmanuel and Lady Nada are coming forward. We will absolutely thank you. We are going to now withdraw and allow the Master Teachers Emmanuel and Master Teacher Lady Nada to come forward. Bless you. Yes, good evening. This is Emmanuel. Lady Nada has graciously allowed me to step forward. She is bending at the waist and signaling to me, allowing me to know that the robes of my council equip me to speak first. Dear ones, do not be alarmed at the activity on your planet. Do not be alarmed by the violence. Do not be alarmed by the storm of activity. Do not be alarmed by the pressure to conform. Conformity is something that it occurs to me must be addressed now in the moment. Those of you who know me know that I have worked tirelessly among you to reassure you that you are always at home, that you are always love, that you are your true nature, and that you are absolutely unique, and that you are safe. It is in the safety of your being that I would like to take this conversation one step further and to urge you to breathe in such a way. The word that I am using is respirate, respire, respond, and respirate, like being on a respirator, my children. You know what that's like when someone is on a respirator. Well, this is a different kind of respirator where you are being urged to rest in the knowing that you actually cannot conform to another person's image of you. Nonconformity is actually a part of your divine pattern. You know quite well that no two snowflakes are alike, truly, and that no two humans are alike, and no two plants are alike, etc., that the universe is a universe that does not conform. The universe is a beautiful tapestry made up of completely unique individuals. Each and every one of you have beautiful individual energies that if you were to try to conform or fit them in to another person's image of what you ought to do or say or to believe, you would be breathing contrary to your true and native breath. When you are resting in your true breath, when you are a respiratory, you are telling a story of yourself that is true. It will become clearer and clearer over the passing months and perhaps years that the world will ask you to conform. And it will become clearer and clearer that you are nonconformist by right of your divine identity. None of you can conform, not when you are resting in your true breath. So do not be afraid. This is something that you will be able to handle, I would say, effortlessly. You will be singing in tune with yourself. You will know what is right to say, and you will be able to stand up for yourselves in the synagogues, in the temples, at places of worship, in the hospitals and in the schoolrooms and in the courtrooms, and yes, in the halls of your government, you will be able to stand up for yourselves and speak in such a way that is non-conformist to the energy of fear or hatred, but only conforms to the love that you are. This non-conformist energy, this very brave and beautiful love that you are, will swell within you and make you quite visible. More and more and more of you are coming to know and rely upon the knowing that you simply cannot conform. Because what would you be conforming to? Limitation, fear, bullying, prejudice. These are not energies that you are designed to conform to. You are designed as non-conformist love. Can you feel into that? And this is your time to rise up as the beautiful individuals that you are, individuals that cannot be fit into any particular label. I bless you for your non-conformity. I appreciate this beautiful non-conformity that you are. I walk alongside with you in your decision to not conform to the spirit of fear or limitation, but only be conformed to the very love that you are. What a beautiful time this is. How beautifully you bear witness to the truth of your being. Beloveds, I am so proud to count you as my friends as we walk together, non-conformists all. Bless you. And yes, I know that my partner here, Lady Nado, is coming up and gently touching me on the elbow. I know that she has things she would like to say. Let me just step aside as our dear Lady Nada comes forward. Well, thank you, my brother Emmanuel. That was a masterful teaching, was it not? In what it means to be a nonconformist, what it means to be truly individuals endowed with the creative aspect of love, which will show up differently in each and every one of you. I'd like to follow through with what my brother and master teacher Emmanuel is talking about with non-conformity as what I would call the alchemy of your time. That each and every one of you are individually learning how to embrace the illusion of the limits of your time with the fullness of your love, alchemizing limit and lifting limit so that it is no more. What I want to speak to about in this alchemizing is the phrasing of the alchemizing. And here I want to speak to your fatigue. Some of you have been speaking of your fatigue, and I want to help you a little bit to understand that there are methods, there is a craft to alchemy so that it need not be done all at once. You can think of alchemy as a way of moving the yeast into the dough and then setting the dough aside and not watching the dough rise. if you will, put that yeast of consciousness, of love, into that former shape of the dough, and then set that dough aside, trusting that the universal energy of alchemy will do its job. Your individual job is to trust that the alchemy is taking place, whether you are aware of it or not. And here is where, as those who are engaged in meeting your circumstances with love and creating this enormous alchemy, which is like yeast rising in a loaf of bread, here is where it is so important to remember, my beloved ones, that there is an art, there is a craft to knowing that you can rest while the universe does its work. You can trust that the bread will rise once you have placed the yeast of consciousness, which is your love, you see. Once you have met bitter circumstance with love, immediately alchemy begins. And so think of that as placing yeast within the dough. When you meet bitter circumstance with love, that is like placing yeast in the dough, and that dough will rise. That dough will rise whether you are aware of it or not. In different times in your soul topography, you were accused of witchcraft, each and every one of you here, for causing this kind of alchemy. Little was it known that it was not the small parameter of you, it was the universe itself operating in the fields of justice, bringing balance where balance appeared not to be, and using love to melt the heart of bitter circumstance to create what people used to call miracles, which you were accused of for being witches, many of you, but what we now know is simply the beautiful and natural movement of energy, the progression of energy. So in terms of taking care of yourselves during this time, know that whatever the little that you do, the little that you think you do, trust that it is enough, my beloveds. You are indeed bringing forth an alchemy of good tidings. You are creating a beautiful storm of love that sweeps through and lifts all the dark corners on your planet and exposes every single lie that has ever been spoken and brings forth all lies into the halls of true justice, where all lies are exposed for being shallow, limited demonstrations. Every single lie, you know, will be put to the test. And once it is exposed as being shallow and useless demonstration of what is no more than illusion, truth begins to take hold. And the tidal wave of truth will sweep through like a beautiful pandemic, a pandemic of love and truth. And you, my beloveds, are the ones bringing this forth. Trust yourselves. You are all doing brilliantly, even when your hearts are breaking, even when you're grieving. And even when you feel inconsolable, even when you are worried for your friends, even when you are tangled in woe, still you are bringing forth a mighty change, a mighty and beautiful and powerful change. And we promise you, this is just the beginning. One more thing, and it has to do with the masks. It was talked about earlier today in a channeling session when your sister Carrie could feel that it was time to let go of the mask, and she is so right. The masks are coming off everyone and everything. The roots are being exposed. Trust that as your mask comes off, that what you are being exposed to is your brilliant, loving, kind, compassionate divinity. This unveiling is as beautiful as you had hoped for. Bless you, my dear ones. Bless you. And this is your group soul, Zarina. We want to thank the beautiful vibrations that have been with us here tonight, gathering in. We want to remind all of us here gathered that now is the time to remember the loving agreement that we made to be beautiful continuums of light, representing in particular specific human bodies. Now is the time to recognize that our feet are beautiful and our hands are well measured. Now is the time to recognize that our breathing is beautiful and that our faces are lovely. Now is the time to come back into concordance with this beautiful, rare, precious, astonishing humanity of our being, so that our divinity may shine. Bless you all. Bless you. And namaste.